Hello, my little creatives, and welcome back to another episode of Drawfully Fun, Draw With Me. Today, we're going to be going over to the world of baseball and drawing an adorable little panther with his little baseball getup. I've been noticing a lot of students going back to baseball little leagues lately, so what do we say we jump on into a baseball themed drawing to honor all of the students going into baseball. Let's do it, guys. Let's jump into our drawing. Let's grab our little marker or your pencil in your case if you're using a pencil. And let's jump right in. So today we're not starting with the eye, we're starting with the nose. And we're going to come over to the left side of our page and draw a triangle nose with round curves, round edges for our triangle. Now, basically what we usually do with these triangles is make hooks, but today our hook is going to be different. We're only going to have one hook because this panther is blowing a bubble with his chewing gum. So let's come over here and make only one hook to the right. So bring this down to the right and into a smiley face curve. Boop, like that. A nice, cute smiley face curve. Look at that, super cute already. Now, you may think we're going to jump into the eye now that we know where our nose is, but no, we are not. We're not going to get to the eye for quite a bit because our baseball cap is actually layered on top of the eye. It's kind of covering half of it. And so we want to wait until we get that baseball cap done. So now what I want to do is come over here and do the bubble that's coming out of the mouth. He's blowing this big bubble, so we're literally going to just draw a bubble all the way around and back into that little mouth right there. And then if you have a gap here, depending on how big your bubble is, all we're going to do now is draw a little tiny line to represent the other hook that we would have been making going around this way to do that cute little snout. Very, very cute. Okay, now we got to create a tiny little bit of a snout going upwards here. So from about the midway of our nose, let's do a tiny line going up, not too far because our baseball cap is going to be right here. So don't go too far, okay? Now right here on the bottom, since this is a panther, we do want to have some big old vicious teeth. So I'm going to have a little tooth sticking out from the bottom of that hook. And then I'm going to do a lip line that comes all the way back, bloop, like that. There we go. Super, super cute. I love it. All right, now what I want to do over here is draw the baseball cap that's going to be right on top so we can start working on getting that eye done. So right here from this line that we left off on, we're going to guide ourselves based off of where our mouth curve is right here, and we're going to do a little dot just about right there and do a big happy face curve, and this is going to be that front end of our cap. So big happy face curve coming from about right here, nice and long, bloop. And it's okay if you don't touch this line. Just come over here and bring this line up a little bit like that. There we go. Perfect, perfect. So again, it's right where we left off on this little curve of our mouth. If you want to use this little grid line. And then we're going to do a little curve right here in the corner to make it look like it's a folded front cap. And you know how when you take your baseball cap and you fold the front, I don't know how many of you like to leave it flat, but a lot of people love to fold it. I like to fold it, so this is that fold. All right, now we're going to come over here and we're going to do another really big happy face curve, and it's going to go all the way back. So from about right here, we're going to go all the way back. This is going to be the actual base of your hat. Boop, keep going like that. And then we're going to close off the top right here with a little curve, bloop, for the top of our cap. You see where we're getting at? It's starting to take shape now. You see where we are? Awesome, awesome. Now that I have this line here, I can do my eye. So let's do it. Right here from our rainbow curve that we did, or our little smiley face curve, let's do a rainbow curve the same way we usually do our eyes. The rainbow curve for the base, and then a big eye. So pretend like the eye is going all the way around and then back down. Bloop. So we have that cute little eye right underneath our baseball cap. And now we do the basics that we always do. We're going to do our pupil looking to the left over here. We're going to do a stripe going right down the middle. And this is where those ladders go. So let's climb. Ready? All the way up to the tippity top. There we go. And we still have to have sparkles, even though the eye is kind of covered. We're still going to have that sparkle in your eye. Bloop. One on top and one on the bottom. Look at that. I don't like creepy eyes. What do we do with our creepy eyes? We color the pupil. So let's go ahead and color in that pupil. Nice and dark. Look how cute. Adorable. It's coming together. It's taking shape. I love him. He's so cute. One of my favorites. Now, I always say that. I always say this is one of my favorites. It's so hard to choose. They're all my favorites. Well, no, I lie. There's a couple of them that are not my favorite. I actually ended up doing a blobfish once in class. Wasn't my best work. I mean, it's a blobfish. You can't really make that look pretty, can you? No. Let's come over here and do the backside. We're going to do... It's not a mohawk, but it is kind of. We're going to do the same shape of a mohawk, and it's going to be on the side showing the furry cheek line. So right here from the cap, let's bring our cap just a little further out right here. And then we're going to do a shark fin curve to make that triangle. We're going to make it look like the hair is popping up from underneath the hat. We're going to have 3 triangles. 1, 2, and 3. Bloop. 1, 2, 3. And then a tiny jawline. Closing out the back. Now I'm not going to bring this all the way around and close it. I want this to actually be flushed with the body. I want a full line going all the way down. So when I color this, this is all going to be one color. And then I want to also give the effect that this cheek is really puffy because it is blowing a big bubble. So to do that, all we're going to do is go opposite of this rainbow curve and come over here and do a happy face curve. And you got yourself a big puffy cheek. He's blowing a bubble. Well, there you go. Now let's come up here and do our baseball cap. I want his ears to pop out of the hat. So let's do a little hole where the ear is going to come out of. Bloop, right here. It's not really a hole. It's more like a little slit in the hat for that ear to pop out of. And then the ear is going to come around like this. A little cub ear. Boop. Like that. Really cute. Really cute. Let's do our little inner ear. I want it to look like it's folding down a little bit. So we're just going to do a little curve. Follow that curve on the top. And then from the inside, come around and do your inner curve. There you go. Looking good. Oh, he's so cute. I love him. I'm going to close the back of the baseball hat right here. So just above our triangles going up to the ear. Create a little curve so it shows that rounded edge of the hat. And then we're going to come upwards and we're going to do the front. So follow that invisible path again. Go behind the ear and bring it up. Bloop. But I'm going to stop right here because if you look at a baseball cap, there's this little button right on the top here. So I'm going to do a little jelly bean. A little jelly bean to represent that tiny little button. And then I'm going to close it out. So it's going to be a curve up here and then it's going to start straightening out on the front. It's going to be a lot bigger on the front right here. So keep following this little path all the way across and down. Boop. You see how I flattened out this side a little bit more? So you can add a logo to your hat if you want to, depending on if you want to add your favorite sports team. Ooh, maybe you can make up your own logo. Maybe you can get creative. If you like designing logos, do one right here. That would be really, really cool. I would love to see what kind of logos you guys come up with. If you were to create a logo that would describe you, what kind of a logo would you make? Leave your answers in the comments below. I would love to see what kind of logos are out there. Let's go ahead and do a little ear popping out from the left. So same style, but this time it's popping out a little bit. Right here, going around and down, boop, like that. Same little inner ear, follow the curve. And then do a little curve on the inside. Ta-da! We have our ears. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's do the bottom now. So we're going to have an arm that's holding the baseball bat right here. He's kind of resting the bat over his shoulder and has his paw on top of the grip. So what I want to do now is create the little hand that's right here behind the bubble that's holding that baseball bat. So from here, underneath the bubble, we're going to start with our toes. We're going to come from the bubble right here. Toe number 1, number 2, and number 3. Like that. Now, if you didn't close this out all the way, go ahead and come back around and close it. I'm not going to bring my toe all the way up. I'm going to leave a little gap here just to show that there's some space here. And then in a second, we're going to do the baseball. I don't want the baseball bat. I don't want to do that just quite yet. I want to do the chest line here so we have a base for where the bat's going to go. So from your lip line here, just a little inside. You don't want to do it directly on that lip line. You just want to come in a little bit and then do a little curve going downwards and creating that chest line. Boop. Like that. We're going to use this cheek line as our guide on where I want to stop this line right here. So if you take your pen or your pencil and you kind of guide yourself, you'll see it's about right there. All right. Now that I have this little section here, I can do the baseball bat that's going all the way to the back right here and then close out the arm right on the top. Boop. All right. So you see it's a little paw that's going to be holding on to the baseball bat. We can do another line going here on the bottom. This is going to be the grip of the bat. And then the base of our bat. We're going to do a little oval right here on the base. And then another little oval. And there you go. You got the grip. Now, I'm not going to go into details just quite yet for the grip because you can do a lot of tape and depending on what style bat you have, maybe you have a metal bat, maybe you have a wooden bat. A lot of people like to tape up the grip right here. So if you want to create that tape, we'll do that at the end and I'll show you the details. So let's come over here and create the elbow for the other arm. So from this little path here, let's go downwards and create the top of our arm, just like that. And then from our chest line, create the other part of our arm. So it looks like it's bending. All right, same thing down here. We're going to do the bottom part of our arm. It's going to look like a V shape. So bring this down right here. Create a little elbow and up. Bloop. Look at that. He's so cute. I love this guy so much. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Don't mind me. I get crazy over cuteness. Can you tell? Let's do the other arm here. Now he's sitting up nice and proper, nice and straight. So we're going to have a long leg, really proper right here. So let's start with the shoulder curve. We're going to come around right here, bring this into a shoulder, and then all the way down to where the paw is going to go. Bloop. Like that. So big shoulder and start curving it down. Bloop. Like that. Then we're going to do toes. His foot is going to look like it's sitting flat on the floor. So we're just going to come around here, make a big curve for our first toe. Number 1, number 2, and then the third one is going to be a lot bigger because it's a profile view, so we see most of the foot over here. So it's going to be a bigger curve and flatten it out on the bottom. We're going to come up and make a heel and bring this all the way to the back. Curve it out and in. Boop. And there you go. You got yourself an arm. Looking good so far. Let's go over here and do the back curve. So we're going to make a neckline, not too thick, not too thin. You don't want to come out here because then he's going to be a thick neck. We want a thinner neck. So from about right here in the jawline, bring this around and we're going to curve this down the back and all the way down to our rear side where the tail is going to go. So from right here, bring this down, start curving outwards. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bring it over here. Bring it down and stop about right there, just above where your toe lines actually start, more or less right there. Looking good, looking good. I love this. Let's do the other leg that's going to be here. Now remember, when we have a cat or a dog or any one of these kind of characters that are sitting down, these back legs are a little bigger and then the knee is popping upwards right here. So we're going to do a really big C-shaped curve. So come here from the back line to a really big C-shaped curve. Don't be too scared of doing it. Bloop. You can always erase if you don't like your line. You're good. So really big C-shaped curve. Bloop. Like that. We're going to close out the belly. So follow this invisible path that you created right down here and close it out to that little foot. Or not foot, that leg. The foot's going to be here in just a second. I don't want to do the foot just yet because today I'm going to have my tail wrapping inwards versus going outwards. A lot of drawings, you'll see the tail coming outwards in this little S-shaped curve, but I want it to be sitting inwards. So we're going to do the inner curve first. I'm going to come around from just above where I left off on this line, just above it, into a slight curve, coming upwards into the top of my tail. Right here. And then I'm going to curve it out, big curve on the bottom, and bring it back around. And we're going to close it out all the way back here. We're going to bring it really far back. So if you want, you can actually start over here and then connect it. So bring this around, follow the initial curve you made all the way back, doop, doop, and connect it to this line right here. Boop. Like that. Looking good. Oh, this is so cute. Wish I could see all of yours right now. Don't forget to send me your completed drawings. I would love to see how amazing your drawings came out. All right, let's go ahead and do the little toes right here. So it's going to be similar to what we did here, but the foot is not going to be very visible because it's hiding behind that tail. So from here, let's do a little toe. 1, 2, and a big one right here. 3, into the back, just like if it were that flat foot. You close out any little gaps you have, and there you have it. So we have 1, 2, 3. We don't see the fourth one. It's kind of hiding in the back there. I didn't want to overcrowd this section, but you kind of get the idea. It's hiding behind the body there. So let's take a little look. What are we missing? We're missing the bat. Duh, we need the bat, right? He's holding on to just a tiny little piece here. He needs that bat. Let's do that bat. So let's follow this invisible curve going all the way back from here. Kind of go underneath your little hair, wherever it is that you landed on your hair, and start flaring this upwards. Bloop, 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 like that. And we're going to make it a little thicker than the base. So if you look at your baseball bats, or if you look at a picture of a baseball bat, you'll see that the top part is a lot thicker than the bottom. So right here, we're going to start flaring it open more. So create another little flare coming outwards. You see how it's a little bigger? Not too big. We don't want it to be like this. Then it would be a club. A club for cavemen. And we're not cavemen, right? We are people. So we don't want big old clubs. Now I want to make sure that these two lines match more or less. I'm going to give it a little bit more because we're going to close this little section with a tiny oval to make it look like a little flat curve or a flat top of your bat. Like that. Look at that. Looking good. Now, like I told you before, I was going to show you how to do the little strips right down here, like if you had taped this up. So all you're going to do are stripes in different directions. So we have our first stripe. So pretend like you're wrapping something. Do you wrap it exactly the same, or does your tape usually go in all sorts of crazy directions? For me, it's in crazy directions, even when I try to do it straight. So what I want to do is just go ahead and create a whole bunch of different directions. One facing this way. This one's going to kind of go upwards right here behind it. Maybe this one is going to have a little one coming inwards right here. Another one down here. Let's make this one curve like this. You see what I mean? So it's like a bunch of little twists and turns. Anything you'd like. You don't even have to. You don't even have to do it this way. You can just make a design on here to show there's a grip, like if you had a metal bat. All right. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Let's do the inner belly curve or inner chest curve right here. Right there. Let's do some stitches up here. I'm going to come over here and make a big line. If you didn't want to do a logo and you want to do those basic lines that are on a baseball cap, you can come over here and do those little lines like this. And you can add the stitches all across your lines. Bloop, bloop. One right here. All the way up. Let's do it right here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Little dots. Nothing special. Nothing fancy. It just, all these little details add so much to the drawing. And they're so easy when you look at it. It's just really all about those details. There we go. Look how cute it looks. We can add little dots here, like if it had those little whiskers. Super cute. What else? Ooh, the baseball. We got to add a baseball here, right? So I'm going to draw a circle as best as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. And then we're going to do the little stitches on the bat. So we're going to come over here on the left side, just like if we were making a pupil and having an eye looking to the left. And then a little one right here on the right. Bloop, like that. Now I'm going to go over this with a Sharpie, but ultimately when you look at a baseball and you see the stitches, they're usually red. Obviously I'm not using a red marker, but I'm going to do black stitches, and they're just going to do little V's or little triangles. Doop, doop, like this. Little arrows all across your little line. Boop, like that. Same thing over here. I'm going to make them little V's over here and do the opposite way. Now, if this is not an accurate baseball, I'm sorry if I have offended anybody on the shapes of the stitches. My bad. I'm not a baseball player, so I'm not too aware of full details. I draw cartoons for a living. I don't play baseball. All right, everybody, let's see. Let's take a look around. Let's take a quick gander at our drawing. I think we're done. Yes, we are officially done. Oh my goodness. I love it. Let's put this away. Thank you so much. All right, guys, you know what's up. Ready? Let's see it. The completed version. Yay! All right, everybody. Should I say it? I think you know by now the drill, right? Hit that big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you can get notified of all of my future content. Lots and lots coming up. I have some Pokemon coming up, maybe some Roblox, I don't know, maybe some Animal Crossing. Do you guys like more Animal Crossing? We'll see, maybe some Disney characters, princesses, I don't know, we'll see. Until the next time, happy creating.